Well, hello this Sunday afternoon here in St. Louis. Welcome to Flying with Mike. However, aircraft on your screen's far from St. Louis. It's in a little known place called Madagascar. I think a cartoon was made about it out of Disney. We're getting at them, but no. We're flying out. We're under, as you saw, the Millennium Aviation's, hang on a second, African Union Airbus tour. There's three parts to this. Once we finish these last three legs, I'm not certain I'm going to try the other two. We'll see where they lead us, but it is fun going through the dark continent down here. We are very close to getting ready to go. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get connected up here. SAA1572. We are in an A319. All right, there we go. And we're on the line 22 Lima, waiting to finish up our pre-board stuff. Not much left to go, but you know, I'm trying to be a little more respectful and not be on the ground and all of that good stuff. So today's flight takes us from here. It's Invita. Bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and pull this name up here. Well, that didn't help. In Ivato, Madagascar, and folks, I know I'm butchering it. All I have is Madagascar here, and I'm kind of silly and didn't do it right. Let me try something here. Ivato International Airport, and I am not about to. And well, I'm gonna try. Antananarivo, Airport. Yeah, why don't we just go with Ivato International Airport, Madagascar. That keeps things on the simple side. Then we're heading across the little channel between Madagascar and the actual continent to Zimbabwe. And I'm pulling that airport up right now, RVG. Now this has changed names. It's in Harare, Zimbabwe. Was formerly known as Harare International Airport. However, now it's Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport. Even changed the ICAO on it. So something big happened in Zimbabwe for all of that to happen. Only one other place I know stuff like that happened was Johannesburg to the south, where they changed names there too. So, but anyway, nice little hop, about 1,000 miles or so. We'll pre-brief it here in a moment. Let me just head over here and finish up what we were doing. We're flexing, and let's see. You had a feeling that would happen when I did that. Okay, so 130, 130, 133, up 0.4. I know all of this is gibberish right now to you without context. So basically, V1's going to be 130, rotate at the same speed. V2, climb over 50 feet, 133. Our trim or horizontal stabilizer will be set at up 0.4. And the green dot, which in Airbus means flaps up, 209. Here's the current weather conditions as of 14 minutes ago. And really a nice departure. We'll insert. I'm not going to worry about down here. I am a little wondering about that. Stand by. Let me try. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to. Hang on. Close enough. I just want airports. The airport itself is 4,100 feet above sea level. Transition is 8,000. That's what I wanted. All right. And we are uplinked and in. All right. So we've got everything ready to go for the most part. I've got a couple things left to do now while we board these final people. Click, 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 and click, click, click. Get them in the seatbelts. Everything else set well. All right, so strobes, nav lights are on 2. Both passenger signs are set. Emergency lights on, dome lights off. Okay, we're set. Landing elevation, auto. Bleeds are on, and pack flow high. We'll get into that. Cross bleed at the moment, auto. And we'll take a look at that here in a minute. Quick check. I know you guys love this sound. All right, APU's running. We are aligned. We're ready to go. How about a pre-brief? That sounds pretty interesting. So we can get ourselves out of here on time. We're about 10 minutes away. Sim toolkit will be that animal. Loadout today, 117 people, 25,740 pounds in the payload for a zero fuel weight around 115,688. Around, because in this plane, nailing it is very difficult. Tried everything I can to get the people right. What and or if they include baggage or not with them, I don't know. And I'm going to check SimBrief to see if there is a profile I could use for that. Blocking out of here, close to 21,582 pounds. You can see our route. Cost index 30 and dispatch, thank you, 38,000. All right, pretty nice flight. And weather for today's flight, yes, we have taken control of the time so that we can fly in daylight. I really, while I enjoy the benefit of flying at night, meaning I can find my airports quicker, I don't like that when I want to go to an outside shot, you can't see the plane. And that's kind of what you expect. It's night. So that's me, folks. Temperature here, balmy 55 degrees. And the winds are out of the east at 10 knots. Over there in Zimbabwe, we've got a nice east wind as well at 6. More up on the temperature at 77. And beautiful, beautiful flights, folks. Both clear for the most part. Up here in where we're going to depart, we got some clouds to deal with to about 2,000 feet. And then it looks like nothing significant, so we should have a beautiful ride. We are on VATSIM, and we are on the island of Madagascar. So, hope you all enjoy. We got, like I said, 2 more legs to go on this, the first one. And like I said, we'll look. What is that, an airplane? Holy mackerel. I have no idea. Unless there is an island actually there. I'm trying to figure out why a single engine piston plane would be over there. Is that a twin? Still. The world of flight sim makes you go, Hmm? What? Why? So, all right. So, like I said, we're going from Madagascar to Zimbabwe. All right, let's pull out Sim Toolkit, finish up our checks, and let's get going. Hope y'all enjoyed. Um, the only thing I can figure out that happened in X-Plane 11 yesterday, that was not the TCAS issue, folks. It actually shows up in your log. And those of you new to X-Plane, if you didn't know this, if you crash to desktop and the crash log doesn't come up asking you to send, which I highly recommend you do. Now, it's not going to come up in X-Plane 11 because they no longer truly support it. They may be able to help you. Maybe you got a setting out of whack or something weird, but really, truly, they do not support X-Plane 11. Now, if it happens today in X-Plane 12 and I don't get that crash guy to come up, I'm going to then take my log, send it to them, because there could be a yet another little bug for them to work out either into 1.3, because the last email I got said they were up and done with the betas in 1.2 point, yeah, 1.2 point, that series. Oh, explain. You're making it so confusing. Oh, but anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed it. We got within 5-10 minutes of touchdown. And I truly think when I say VATSIM was the cause, please don't take me at that face value. X-Pilot, VATSIM together, I think it just overloaded us with traffic either too quickly and my video card couldn't hold it. I mean, my computer is from 2020, so there could be, some things that need to be tweaked. So hard to say at the moment what actually happened. I'm still curious what some of the terminology was. If you want to find out, all you got to do, go to our YouTube channel. That flight is, hang on, I'm going to get you the link here. Oop, will not get you to YouTube. Anyway, head over there, look for the 727-100 flight from Glasgow to Heathrow. And right in the text, folks, if you just click more, you're going to see that snippet from the log text. Now, whoever looks at it will probably tell me, I need to see the whole thing. I can provide that for you. So, anyway, that's what happened. It stinks that it happened that short, but it is what it is. So, all right, so let's, you know what, let's quit talking and yakking and let's finish this plane up so we can try and be on time today. Real quick here, I think it's 10:24. I'm pulling the weather right up. 24 minutes old, 10:24. Okay. We're going to go ahead, put the landing system on, constraints both sides. Just on the outset, we have to come back. That I've never had to do with this one. As mentioned in the previous flight yesterday, we have had engine fires in the FlyJSim. So, so that tells you the realism. I do not, let me see if it's showing up for you. Kinda barely. I've got like a barcode that's coming down here of late. I don't know What that is from or for, I know I did something in stream, and I'm wondering if that's, I don't know. So hopefully that doesn't cause us an issue, but it looks like a barcode. Satan, away from. So we've got our nav set, coast, all right, since we don't have ATC, 38,000. And all right, we're ready to roll with this. Anti-skid nose wheels on, switching lever or switches right here. They're right at the top here, say switching all to 12 o'clock, which is good. And let me start getting rid of the baggage trucks. I could have done it a different way, but you know what? We'll do it the old-fashioned way. They're going to be pulling away and leaving. Now, I'm going to explain this discontinuity here as we taxi. But basically, there is no departure for our particular fix that we're going to. So we're kind of making it up as we go. And I don't think there are any that ATC, they might, I don't know, but would route us to get to it. Okay, so they're gone. All right, let's go ahead, we are on X-bounder, radar is set, but still off, and flaps are 0, spoilers down. What did I just hit? That must just be whatever's going on inside. Now do you see that barcode thingy? I have no idea what that is. All right, so let's call better pushback. First off, let's let me look. Okay, so we want to push back. Face west, and then we'll taxi to Charlie onto the runway and back taxi it. Okay, so we want to face west.
Run to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I don't know yet.
Run to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, and beacons on, seatbelts on, and before they yell at me, we're on the APU.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Cleared to connect. All right, this aircraft is not like the Boeings, folks. It's super simple to start. Two switches basically, and you're starting. Let's get pushing and then we'll do it.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, one last check. We are good and going. Brakes released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. I like to clear out a little bit here. All right, let's start them up. Very simple, like I said, folks. All you got to do is turn the mode to ignition start and 1 or 2. Usually we start 2. But really you can start either one. So, again, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for being a part of Flying with Mike this Sunday. I know there's so much more that you could be watching or up and doing on this great Sunday morning or afternoon, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We are flying from Madagascar to Zimbabwe. It's part of a tour that Millennium Aviation, and folks, if you're looking for an airline, they are a really good one to cast your eye upon. Let me give you a link. I don't know if it's come up, and check them out. They're really easy going, rule-wise, great tours. Every week they have a group flight right now working through Papua New Guinea or Papua. I never get it right. Just a great airline. X-Plane and Microsoft, so they'll show you how you can fly multi in X-Plane. Let's see. We are spooled up. I'm going to go ahead and crank up number 1. So check them out, folks. Really good bunch of guys. I've been there 5 years, maybe 6 or 7. I've been there a long time. And a great streamer who helped push me over the ledge, if you will, into streaming. Now you know who to blame. Just kidding, Captain Mac.
Operation complete, set parking brake.
But seriously, he is the one that actually got me
Disconnecting tower.
by listening to him, watching what he did, interacting the few times and a few times here at the airline. He actually got me over that hump to actually hit the stream button. And I just want to say thank you, sir. And I've got Hawker 125 lurking about, one of our moderators. He too was instrumental in literally kicking me in the butt to stream. Quite literally. But anyway, and I got to return the favor in kicking him to streaming. So, but anyway, folks, great bunch of guys here at Mac Air, so check them out. And these tours, we did all 3 of the Alaskan ones back when we first started. And that's why I'm thinking I may continue and get these other 2 in, just because it is fun flying down here.
Disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal of the left.
So,
See you next time and have a
hope you
safe
all
flight.
check them out, and hey, you might like them. You never know. Like I said, I've been here, I think 5 to 7 years. I mean, I've been here a while now, and I just flat out love it. So, not so certain yet about Smart Cars 3, but that's the animal we use. There's our, by the way, pins. But it's fun. And that, folks, is the number one thing about flight simming. I don't care what platform you use, as long as you have fun. If you're not having fun, then you might need to either talk to me if you're having troubles. One of us streamers can probably help you. I'm more than willing to help out and see where you're having issues, or I do your best. All right, we're pushed back, folks. Let's finish this up. Let's see, get that ignition switch to normal. APU bleeds up here. Down here, set the flaps to. Spoilers armed. You'll know they're armed with the white band right there, folks. Just a little tip. Hit the trim center. Move up the line here. Flaps are going to 2. Auto brake to max. We'll get the rest here in a minute. Whoop, did that early. Go to flight control. You've got a bunch of screens you can monitor this aircraft with. Go to your flight control. It'll be F diagonal CTL. That'll bring up your flight controls. Now trim. Here, let me blow up. I know. I can hear commercial. Boy, I wish we could do that. My old eyes can't see those small things. I joined that club. All right, so if you look here, here's our speeds again. Over here, flaps 2. We've got that set. Here's your horizontal stabilizer, up 0.4. All we're going to do is make it read the same right here. To me, it's a little easier to read than Boeing. Boeing, you're guessing at. Now, granted, is it a big deal? Yes and no. Getting the horizontal stabilizer on these kind of aircraft right, I think is a big deal. But the actual trim, that's on your thumb, folks, on your sticks or wheels. Or yoke, I should say, not wheels, to fine tune. A great show out there if you want to learn about the horizontal stabilizer is, I used to love these shows. Well, they're still running, I found out. Modern Marvels. They took it off my show, off my favorite channel when we were not on cable. And it was a History Channel show. Well, the episode I want you to pull up is Chuck Yeager. You know, the guy that broke the speed of sound. If you didn't, you just learned something. And watch how the horizontal stabilizer became was a new idea that allowed the aircraft to pass the transonic phase. We now fly in with airliners into supersonic. And that little segment on there, my jaw dropped. I'm like, really? I did not know some of this. So really an informative show. So if you get a chance, like I said, Modern Marvels, it's the episode Beating the Speed of Sound. Chuck Yeager's involved, some other things, but something like that, the speed of sound or something. And I don't remember, like I say, the exact title I don't remember, but a lot of it's about Chuck Yeager. Okay, so APU can be turned off. And I'm wasting time, I know. And down here, let's tell them flight attendants, arm them slides, except unfortunately, that's all it does. And if we deselect, okay, and we're ready to go, I think. Nose light, taxi light, elapsed time, and do a run of the controls real quick. I do this just because for some reason my SATEC / Logitech system, it seems to help prevent when I would try to ease it, it would snap. the aircraft one way or the other. So by doing this, it's for some reason helps. Now, on longer flights, it may come back. And there's probably some other things that I could do to make override. But, all right, brakes off. Here we go. Lights on. All right, we are moving, folks. Ivato traffic. What the heck is South? I know they have a different name. Springbok, that's it. Ivato traffic, Springbok 1572, taxi to runway 11 for takeoff. Oh, can we taxi all the way down? I think I'm supposed to get off here. Now, of course, you can do your flight control checks right now. Yeah, we'll just get on here. It doesn't matter. We got a long back taxi anyway. And Ivato traffic, Springbok 1572 back taxiing runway 11 for takeoff. Again, we're in the A319 from ToLiss, going from Madagascar over to Zimbabwe. Harare, I'm not even going to try, Zimbabwe. Okay, let's clear flight controls. They are. That's good. Go ahead, turn on our radars. By the way, either this 1.3 coming out with X-Plane 12 in the upcoming weeks or a later version is thought to be the inclusion of working radar to what is out in the real world. I will have a hard time with that. As a private pilot in the real world, I never flew with an aircraft with radar. Again, I was a private pilot. I flew Pipers, Archer, Warrior, and Arrow for the most part. Every now and then throw a Tomahawk in, and Saratoga as well. A couple of hours in a Seminole on a ferry flight from maintenance or to maintenance. So those kinds of things were not on the aircraft. Now the Saratoga, if memory serves, had an autopilot, but I never used it because I back then didn't know a thing about it, and I think it had an air conditioner. But again, I rarely flew, folks. Back then that was $60 an hour to fly the Cherokee 6 Saratoga. Yeah, I can hear people going, what? Only? Yeah, 1983 to 85, folks. Long time ago. They are nowhere near that now. I think the cheapest I found Cessna-wise was $100 wet. And that was a couple of years ago. So, yeah, it is not a cheap thing here in the U.S. And I would suppose anywhere. Those of you that can afford it, bless you. And I'm very jealous. All right, so we're lined up, ready to go. Lights are set. One last chime at them. And timer on. Here we go. Terrain radar needs to definitely be on. Something's missing. There it is. Here we go. Okay, 130 is V1 and rotate. Here comes V1, rotate. And positive brake, gears up. Okay, autopilot on. All right, so what I'm gonna start here, folks, is a nice lazy turn, well, standard, to a heading of 200. Throttle climb, we're good. Coming up with flaps. Okay, ground spoilers set. All right, now we're going through some pretty high terrain on this island nation of Madagascar. It's never good to be in the clouds, but as long as you're above minimum altitudes, you should be safe. Minimum altitudes are 6,300, so we're about 2,000 feet now above them. We just hit transition. All right, and on we go. So glad you all are with us. Hope you enjoyed that departure. And Look at that. We're starting to pop out of the clouds. One of my favorite. Hang on. All right. Oh wait. You know what? I'm gonna take a picture. Okay, we're through 10,000, the magic number, the lights come off. And little cursory note to them back there that, hey, we're above. We're on our way, folks. Weather radar's on. I'm actually going to tune it down. Now, I made mention here in X-Plane 12. Oh, excuse me. That the weather radars are going to become, so like the 737, the default, the A330 default, citation, all of those weathers, switches, knobs will become fully workable. Changing your display screens, all of that to reflect. Trying to think of any other airliners we have. MD-80, I think we have. Now, it'll be up to the like ToLiss to make it happen in ToLiss. Once the ability is there from X-Plane, it makes it easier. Zibo already is making plans, so they're already spectacular free modification of a 737-800, to me, well beyond PMDG, but that's an argument between, arguably eye of the beholder. I've flown PMDG, not in the new one, but before, and I will give PMDG all its due. I think Zibo's better, and you give me that extra ability is great. Now, if the current Zibo or PMDG can, great. Glad y'all are enjoying it. So a lot is happening. There are some other things. We'll see how they pan out. There's been talk of some changes in scenery files to where the roads that kind of look kind of crookedy, instead of a nice smooth, well, not smooth, trust me, I got 1.5 million miles out on the open highway here in the U.S. They may not be as smooth as some people want to believe. But the little, instead of a nice flowing curve, if you will, they're kind of jagged. So supposedly there's a new format coming out where that might smooth that. Time will tell. They know, time will have to tell with me. So, but X-Plane 12 has been just flat out spectacular. It has just, oh wow. And again, that Hawker 125 lurking about out there, you can thank him for bringing me over. Actually, an opportunity presented itself. So I took the leap, and after watching several videos of Microsoft at that time, I'm glad I came over to X-Plane. I don't see much improvement in my eyes, but I know you guys will tell me, oh my God, has it improved? There's a lot more proof in the pudding than that. So, but we're not here to argue sim, who's better, who's worse. We're not even flying Zebo. We're flying ToLiss, which I think is an outright outstanding aircraft. I don't play with the failures. I really would love to, but I don't know enough procedurally wise how to deal with them. I don't have those manuals. Just the quick reaction one would be great. QRC. I don't even know if they call that in the Airbus. That's what's, I've got one for the 747-400. So popping failures, I'm a little nervous. Now granted, I've told you already, I have popped a couple engines on the FJS 727s. I know how to deal with engine fires. Never had one, thank God, in my real life, but those are pretty basic to work through. Flying can be a problem. Now, single engine is piece of cake. You better hope for a flat piece of ground about 2,000 feet long, no trees, pretty close by. You don't have a lot of time unless you're way up there. And by way up, I only mean about 9,000 or 10,000 feet. And there you're pushing ceilings. So that's why you don't see me pulling failures here, folks. I'm not a commercially trained ATP pilot like a couple are out here. That is second nature to them. And it's supposed to be. Then you get into dealing with it. You get the basics in place, then you begin the next stage. And the basic part of getting the plane back under control, that I can do. It's now, what do I do? What do I have to get it wherever I'm going? So, but anyway, we're on our way. We're past 10 minutes, so I'm going to clear that off. All right, so let's do a quick system check here, even though we've got the better part, and I'm going to run with Elevatex overlay today. We got about 2 hours to go, and beautiful day to fly, folks. Hope you get out there, fly your sims. That is one of my critical mission statements here, trying to help you guys take that next step and fly on your flight sim. You know, X-Plane 12 is not as expensive as the other, so it's a good platform for you. Now, you're not going to see your house like you can in the other, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper than the other, and in many ways better for the flight dynamics. So that's what I try to push here, is to help you get out there, get up, get flying. Now, if you happen to take the next step and go for the real airplanes, aces. Simply aces to me, because we've had a couple people move on and have begun flight training or go to the next level of certification. And that is awesome when I hear that. I wish I could become get back into it, flying small aircraft. They're just, insurance has just made it virtually impossible for me. That and unemployment, but that's a whole nother issue. But who knows? You know, I still got some kick in this body left, and who knows what the good Lord has ahead of me. But again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. Like I said, I know there's a lot of other things you could be doing, and taking some time out to be with Flying with Mike, I sure appreciate you all. So thank you. Oh, we got some cold people, I'm sure, in the back. Let me bring the temperature up a tad. All right, let's do that system check real quick here. I know I just said that, but okay, engines are looking good. Bleeds are looking good. Cabin pressure doing well. Electrical system and hydraulics all look good. Fuel. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and all right, everything. So cross feed on. Valves open. And okay. Now, what's actually happened here? I've shut the fuel pumps down on engine 1. However, the fuel is coming now from the right side of the aircraft through that crossfeed valve over to engine 1. So the right side of the aircraft is fueling both sides. It's not dumping into the tank. Now, some of it will in backwash, but overall, that side is now fueling both engines. That's why we're getting down quicker. And like I said, it does flow a little bit by gravity back into the tanks on the left side. We're almost there. Okay, engines are doing good. We'll close the crossfeed, and then we're back to the left side taking care of engine 1, right side taking care of engine 2. All right, moving on. APU is closed and shut down. All right, temperature wise, now we can go back up here, set them to normal. They should be comfy back there now. Next up. All right, now I know y'all are going, well, we know the doors are closed, we know they're armed. Yeah, but the most important thing on this page is this oxygen reading. This is not the oxygen system that is for the passengers, should we have to do an emergency descent or operate at certain flight levels, because one will be on them. No, this is if we, for the cockpit only, if we got to initiate an emergency descent for depressurization. So we want to make sure we have oxygen. And everything looks good. Okay, status, nothing broke as of yet, and we're good to go. And we just leveled off. Now, crews do this, from what I've heard, anywhere from 15 to 20, sometimes 30 to 40 minutes, just to make sure everything's fine depending on the flight. I don't know. They won't let me sit in seat 3 on flights that I've done on the Airbus. I don't know why. They just won't let me in the cockpit. So I have to trust real-world pilots to pass that along. And there are a couple real-world Airbus pilots, or at one time were Airbus pilots, out here in the streaming world on Twitch and YouTube. So, and some claim to be, but you know, I listen to them and I'm going, what? So I don't know, but I do know and trust 2 of them. All right, I just realized my phone was dead, so stand by. That's my prompter for chats. There we go. All right. We're in cruise, folks. Let me do a couple things here, like wing lights off, seat belts off. Let me see how the temperature in the cockpit's doing. Since we got the sun is technically behind us, but the cockpit's actually a pretty warm place with all the wiring and everything. Well, take for instance my computer here. This office will stay with the house, which we keep at about 73 degrees Fahrenheit. When the computer's on, well, right now it's only 76, thank goodness. Sometimes it's pushing close to 80 degrees in here with the heat coming off that. So it gets a little toasty in here. Huh. I screwed something up in that, so I won't use that one for a while. Oh well. Anyway, folks, I know there's a bit more advertising on my channel. I have bumped it up a little, maybe a minute extra. If you're not into the ads, I get it. But if you hit subscribe, the biggest benefit you get right now, ad-free viewing, we're working to get subscribers only. The subscriber portion of our Discord channel, let me rephrase that. Our Discord channel has a subscriber area, and we're trying to make sure it is dedicated only to subscribers. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry, took me a while to get around to that. But and we're gonna have other perks. Some ideas are percolating, and we're also, the ability is there for us to monetize over at YouTube. So look for that to happen here soon. What the heck is that? Oh, not that again. Where all the water goes black. Yep, that's what's going on. All the water is becoming black, and I don't know what causes this. That is not a benefit, by the way, of being a subscriber. Yeah, it's basically painting all the water black. Oh well. Nothing we can do about it, folks, that I know of, so we'll just continue on. And the good thing is, much of Africa is a desert, so that will go away. Of course, watch where we're going. It's nothing but actually, there's two lakes depicted. I'm just making sure. Yeah. I think maybe some to our north and west of the airport when we get there. Unfortunately, we will have to deal with this until we get over the cloudiness. That's a bummer. So, as we were saying, sorry about that, folks. Got a little distracted there. But again, if you're not into the commercials, you can hit that subscribe button. And again, I've got it screwed up. All right. So, all right, so let's just kind of move along. I'm going to let the music take it from here, folks, because, yeah, try and see if I can't figure this out. And we'll go from there. But again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. We are sure appreciative of you being here, and hope you have a great day. And we're going to try and figure out what's causing this black issue on the screen. think it's time to talk to X-Plane. All right, well, that didn't go as easy as I thought it would. Oh well, their Discord channel, they have their set of rules. I get it. Well, it's in the right place now, hopefully. All right, sorry for that, folks. Hope y'all enjoy, and we're going to kind of sit back, be a little on the quiet side here, let you all enjoy, and well, we're not going to be able to show it off right now as... Well, actually, not all of it. That must be... Who knows? Who absolutely knows sometimes the way these behave. But there's the animal taking us over to Zimbabwe. Then then 2 more legs. We wrap up in Johannesburg. So, hope you enjoy. Not today, by the way. Not today. Boy, that came out wrong. So, enjoy the flight, folks. Who knows? Maybe the Indian Ocean is black at this point. Kind of doubt it, but... And just for curiosity, folks, I did post it in the Discord channel here under General. If you want to look at it, y'all saw it happening live. Well, we're over clouds now, so it's next to impossible to see. Who knows? Maybe on the other side of the clouds, it'll fix itself. No, I'm not buying that. Enjoy the music.
Whee!
Welcome, welcome.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fair to partly cloudy.
Yeah, it's about the way it is, dude. I just took off from the beautiful sunny, no sunny, my butt, but sunny. I said again, beautiful and cloudy city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're en route with the private Boeing 752 to Tampa.
To Tampa, huh?
Yeah, Tampa.
Sounds like a fun flight there, Duluth.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be. Now that I thought Bad Attitude was supposed to wander in here at some point, but apparently he didn't.
Who?
Bad Attitude.
Yep, the black is still there. Well, Manrat, if you're listening or out there, might be corrupted, but here's the thing. I can shut the sim off, turn it back on, and it'll probably not do it.
What happened?
That black, that you got on the water?
Oh, yeah. You'd have to restart the sim. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that a couple times, Mike.
I know. I think I was flying with you once.
It's really rather quite annoying.
It is. I put a thing in to X-Plane. We'll see. It took an annoyance just to get it where it was supposed to be. But that's the way X-Plane wants to be. I'm not going to get into it. Maybe they have an answer. I wish it was just a toggle on, off.
Right. Be nice, wouldn't it?
I'll be over Africa here in a few, so it won't matter anyway.
Right.
So what are you guys? I know Duluth, you're up to Tampa.
Yeah.
Bad attitude, are you out and flying?
I am not.
What?
That's what I said. How dare he?
Man,
I,
that's what you get.
I-
Dispatchers dispatching us everywhere, but do they want to fly? No.
No, little batty, Uncle little batty daddy over here is doing the
I'm farming.
farming. He's farming.
Oh. What field so we can aim for it?
Right. Especially me, since I'm going over that way right now.
Palms away.
All right.
We'll get that ground tilled up for you.
Yes, we will. One way or another, friendo.
I would rather not be cratered. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll strafe it. 6 little rows right down with a P-51. Get it nice and turned for you. Or I can bring the A-10 in and, well.
Oh, A10 Warthog, but it was just annihilated completely, but okay.
You were wanting to plant trees, right? So, are you guys gonna cross the pond next week?
What is that? I don't cross the pond. What exactly is that? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
I am
I'm probably
not.
working. I'm probably working that weekend for all I know. Oh yeah, I am actually. There's a concert going on.
Because normally they do it on Saturdays, and I work
Correct.
Saturdays.
Yeah, it's on Saturday. I don't know what time it starts, because if they're gonna be
Very
true to
early in the morning.
well, usually it's for the European guys. Because if they're going to be true to form, let's see, they're going eastbound. Tracks, I think, change, and bad attitude can, if your airline covers them. 12 o'clock's when they switch them, right? 12Z? Or is it 18Z?
He might forget to turn his mic back on. He is supposed to talk to him.
Wait, say that one more time.
When do they change the tracks? Because they're like a 6 or 12 hour deal. Is it 1800Z or?
That I don't know.
Oh, you mean your guys don't fly the pond?
No.
I guess they would fly in the pond. Never mind.
Yes. We do not have the capabilities of flying across the pond.
Just don't have any people on board. And a couple of extra tanks.
I mean, we don't have the capabilities to fly down to the Caribbean as it is. We have to stay within 50 nautical miles of land at all times.
Ah, okay.
We don't have any kind of
The CRJ 900s can't do that?
no, they can. It's so
They just don't want to.
Oh,
No,
I'm
no,
pretty
no.
sure
So
those
there-
pilots would love to.
No, there's very specific op specs that you need in order to fly down in that area.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, you have to have oh uh, uh, flotation equipment, so you have to have like life rafts,
Right. Well,
and all that.
don't you have slides?
We do, but we don't have all the other necessary equipment
Okay.
that's required.
I was gonna say life rafts usually are the slides, and they do carry some others as well sometimes.
Yes.
But your,
And
but
our
your
op
seat
specs-
cushion is a flotation device.
It is.
I hear
But
that
no.
every time.
But no, it is also mostly our op specs.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, that all makes
that-
sense.
yeah, op specs dictate everything.
So it's not like an E-top or anything like that. It's just
No,
just don't have the minimum requirements on board.
correct.
Over the water flight, even though you have the seat cushions, so that when you fly and you have to go down, you could use it in a pool.
Yes.
Comedian, a good friend of mine, comedian. I never understood. What are we going to crash into, a pool? As we get that announcement over land when the flight's going from like St. Louis to Atlanta.
You never know.
It's gonna land. It's gonna crash in a pool,
In a kiddie pool.
and you got to use your flotation device, which looks like a Donald Duck blow up.
Oh. Wow. No. Those arm floaties is what you want to put on those arm floaties.
Oh no, that's your seat cushion.
Yeah, but still, you gotta. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was that sketch that he did was so funny. And I could relate. I think almost everyone in the audience could relate to it. It's what made it so funny.
Oh yeah. Especially when you're flying from Minneapolis to Tampa or vice versa. In
Well,
case of a
Tampa,
water
you
line.
could end over water because usually you come down the peninsula over water.
Well, and you can, and in Tampa and Minneapolis too, because you go over the. Well, you don't. Because you're flying to Duluth. But.
No, if you're going to Minneapolis, how are you flying to Duluth? Or is that the way
saying-
Duluth goes? From Minneapolis to Duluth and down.
Damn Skippy.
All right, so we're on our way. We got about 100. Oh, about 100 more miles of that. So we'll kind of keep it. Let's see how it looks out the windows. Ooh. We have found the Bermuda Triangle. It moved. So we'll kind of keep it like this till we get in over land and work our way into Africa, and then it should go away. There's a couple of lakes here and there, we'll see. But let's see if X-Plane has replied. Actually not expecting it real quick. Nope, not yet. All right, let's see if anyone else has chimed in. Manrat did. Corrupted, maybe. I do not want to have to load X-Plane 12 again.
Do it.
problem is with all these updates. Oh, question, Bad Attitude. I know I saw
Yes.
the final release of 1.2
1.2. Yes.
is so release 4. As long as I have that, I have it, or do I need to run the updater? I mean,
I would run it.
executable.
I would run it, the updater. Just to be on the safe side.
Okay, because I didn't know how that worked with them.
Right. Typically, it's R4 is the final, but I always just run it just to be safe.
Okay.
Just in case, you know, maybe when I first installed it, something got corrupted, and then they pushed final, and, you know, just better safe than sorry.
Because they don't mention anything being just
Correct.
what they did. Next is the ATC update.
Yep.
And
Which
then-
I am very much looking forward to.
I don't fly with their ATC, so
Oh, I would give it a shot, Mike, after this update comes out.
okay. You're gonna have to step me through it because it has
I will.
been since a century of flight.
Oh wow.
Maybe FSX. I did it a couple times.
Okay. Yeah.
and
No.
I hated it.
Okay.
I
no.
got it to get me working, don't get me wrong, but it would shoot me 70 miles the opposite direction to come in. And
No.
even then, it
They're
forgot me.
adding SIDS and star support into the default ATC.
I've never
so-
used it, so I can't even get it to work usually.
Yeah. No. I can walk you through it.
Okay.
I am very much looking forward to this update. And then 12.1.x. I'm curious to see what number they're actually going to do it. I'm hoping 12.1.4 is going to be their massive weather update.
Yeah, I'm nervous of when they're doing this. I've heard rumors of what this scenery update's gonna be, and boy,
Oh, I'm looking forward to the scenery
I'm
update
looking
too.
forward to it, but I've heard rumors the execution of it's gonna be interesting.
Not really.
I've heard subscription based.
I'd be surprised that they went that route. Because
I don't know.
from what I've seen and heard, is it's all just default scenery that they're just building.
I've heard they're going for, I don't know, and it could very well be well-planted cronies from the other side of the fence trying to delusion us.
Yeah.
And I won't put that across, you know, I get competition. And that's one way to beat it. Put out misinformation. That never
Yes.
happens in this country. Nah, never.
But no, they're actually going away from DSF files.
That you told me.
So that's, I believe, is going to be a part of what their scenery update is going to be about.
That's the where the roads no longer look jagged,
Correct.
or not jagged. You know,
90-degree angle,
Yeah,
80-degree angled or whatever.
they
Yes.
smooth out curves and all of that. Now
Yup.
they can just blend it better into the scenery. Would be better instead of sticking out like eyesores.
Well, that's what they're working on too with the new scenery update.
Ah, okay.
Like this is much more than just moving away from DSF file structures, which it is even what FSX used back in the day.
Oh yeah, a very FSX look to it. Don't get me wrong. A little
But-
better, but not much.
But DSFs are now 20 years old. It's old technology, and they have new technology that they're starting to work with. So that's going to be a part of scenery update. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the weather update of, I'm hoping 12.1.4.
I hope so too, because the videos you showed me that are up on my Discord channel are amazing.
Aren't they?
And I don't know how to use radars. I didn't have them. So that'll be fun to learn.
See, so I'm not sure if I told you this, Mike, but I was talking to a coworker at work who uses MSFS, and he's like, but what aircraft is this weather radar gonna be available in? And I'm like,
all of them.
If it's an airplane for X-Plane 12, it's gonna have it.
Yep.
Payware, freeware,
Well,
default.
payware will be up to the developers to bring that in.
No, yes, but my
'Cause
point
like
is,
ToLiss,
they'll.
You're gonna have to make, well, and most of this, by the way, does work
Yes.
to a point, to the limitations of what's there.
Correct. But it's like, Zebo is already getting the weather radar working in his aircraft already. He's already starting to work on the structurization of it. So I'm pretty sure, ToLiss is probably working on it. Flight Factor is also probably working on it.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. Maybe for the 777. By the way, have you seen the ToLiss announcement, or is it already out about the A330?
I don't see why they're working on it.
Well, knowing ToLiss, it's usually a phenomenal product coming. Unless they're in cahoots with them.
With who?
X-Works.
Oh. Maybe.
Because they are
We'll
trying
see.
to improve the A350 as well. With Flight Factor.
Well, because, like I said, X-Works is working on a freeware A330-900 right now. So why is ToLiss trying to be like, hey, here's the same kind of, here's what you can get for $80 that you can also get in the same freeware aircraft?
Again, I don't know pricing, but supposedly pre-release is coming. So I'm going to look at it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I haven't updated any of my Airbuses in months, so I'd have to do that before I fly them again. What else? Now the A3 or A220 is the one I'm kind of looking for.
Who's doing that one?
I don't know. That's one I would love to see on its
Oh,
way.
yes, I agree.
That's the one I want to see. Oh, are you serious? I'm coming up to that one? Oh, man, we still
Which
got
one?
another 180 miles till we get to Africa. Oh, man. We got to look at this for another 180 miles.
Ah, dang.
Oh, well. It is what it is, folks. It's better than a crash to desktop like yesterday. That really stunk. And I'm trying to understand the language used in the log text. I'd send it to X-Plane, but it's X-Plane 11. I mean, they could explain it, I'm pretty sure. But it looked like something to do with the memory.
Ew.
Heaps and this and... So, oh well. And my guess is when I got within 5 to 10 minutes of landing, Heathrow overloaded maybe. I don't know. I've actually got the last 4 or 5 lines in the YouTube text of that flight on
Oh,
YouTube.
did you?
Yeah. In case anyone can make heads or tails of what it's saying. This guy can't. Well, like I said, you've heard my kind of rendition of what I think. I don't know how to correct that other than disconnect before getting within major areas. Which sucks.
Right.
We're halfway across the Indian Ocean almost, folks.
Yay!
But whatever they call this in between Madagascar and Africa, probably is a name to it. Oh, I thought we were past this fix. Oh. So for now, folks, we'll look at this beautiful panel Airbus made for another 180 or so miles. Hopefully less, but no guarantees. Well, Bad Attitude does his farming.
Question for you guys.
Yo.
Is butt cheeks one word or should I spread them apart? No comment. Thank you. Thought so. Wow, I really shut the stream down. Good lord.
So there you have it, folks. What's coming in X-Plane. I might actually be able to use that ATC maybe in an upcoming flight. We'll see.
So, update on my mom and dad. I'm just getting this now. Apparently, nothing happened to their house. They live in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a side note to that. They live. At some point, they thought they were going to be in the direct eye of the hurricane, because the way everything was, Hurricane Milton. Well, apparently it decided to avoid everybody and went down through Siesta Key, which if you know where Siesta Key, if you don't know where Siesta Key is, Siesta Key is in Sarasota. No, Miami did not get affected, Bungo. So anyway, they got home. Little if no damage at all to their house. Maybe a couple small twigs or small branches out, things like that. And but yeah, it's just like they basically made it through unscathed again.
Good deal to hear.
They lucked out. They thought they were in the
And they evacuated though, right?
They did. Okay. They evacuated to Boca Raton with my sister and brother-in-law and the baby and the grandbabies. And but at the same time, we all thought that they were going to be like just slammed, you know. And they did not. They were unscathed. But the thing about it is, yeah. So, yeah. But and here's another thing. Everybody else, and not everybody else, but their neighborhood was completely unscathed. On the way back from Boca Raton, they ran in. They didn't run into anything, but they ran into like all sorts of places that were price gouging. There was all these. They were trying. They wanted to stop at a. They wanted to stop at a gas station to get some food, just to get because they gassed up in Boca Raton, and so they wanted to stop at a pilot. All the gas stations between, or all may say, I'm not sure exactly where. She told me, but I forget. But all the gas stations between a certain point and Tampa were being patrolled and monitored. Just so yeah, there's one in my mom. I said, what would they said there was a black car. No, you saw FEMA actually at work in Florida right now. So FEMA is stationed as there, and I don't know if it was FBI or what, but they were like black undercover unmarked units, but they had blue lights in the windows and in the grill. So
Wow.
yeah, so they are. If anybody out there is watching right now or listening to this VOD right now, and you're wondering what the hell's going on in Florida right now, FEMA and the government are down there right now making sure nobody gets away with anything, because there's a lot of reports of price gouging, which is, if anybody knows, price gouging is a federal offense. You can have your entire business just shut down right away. If they catch you price gouging after a major disaster, they will shut your place down right away. They will not even bother. They will, yeah. So people are the FEMA, the federal government, I want to say the FBI. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of people down there right now, basically making sure that no one takes advantage of the victims of this hurricane. And not to mention, it's just I've also remember that these guys right here, baby, are down there. The American Red Cross is down there. They're trying to get their ducks in a row. What is that? They're trying to get their ducks in a row down there. There are people in Orlando. There are people in Tampa. There's people in Lakeland. There's people in Ocala. All the places that got major hit by the hurricane. There are FEMA, the federal agents, National Guard, Highway Patrol, you name it. They're out there trying to make sure everybody stays safe.
Well, I'm glad to hear your folks are okay.
Yeah, they're good. Sorry, I didn't mean to take over. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you were cutting in and out there for a little bit, but.
Yeah, I'm on my wireless. Headset. That's what.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Schmancy. All right. So we are about an hour and 15
family.
out.
Well.
So we're getting there, folks. It's just a lot of black water ahead of us. Let's see if X-Plane has even looked. It would appear... maybe? Someone's getting really low frame rates on X-Plane 12 latest beta.
Oh, really?
Hey, water turning black. That's me.
Agua.
And no, they haven't done anything yet. Oh well, I don't expect it till maybe tomorrow. Alright, and we'll try also Bad Attitude's idea and run the updater, and who knows, maybe it will. It was a great update, though, I'll tell you that much. That .12 with the Caribbean, holy mackerel. Outstanding job they did with that. And the help of a Twitch streamer.
Who's that?
November 803. He's he has a home cockpit of a Cessna 182, I believe it is.
Oh,
And he helped tweak some very important missing components to St. Bart's. If you try
there you
the 1-0, I think it is, approach. And helped me get in there.
Nice.
So really a great update. Like
I
I
am
said,
going to. I'm
Go
not going to. I'm just saying. I'm not going to be at all surprised and stuff. I'm in Chicago airspace, Chicago airspace right now. Chicago airspace is buzzing right now. I mean, just there's 2 departures out of ORD, 3, and there's just insane amount of people. I am not going to be. I will not at all be surprised if by the time I get out of Chicago airspace, Chicago ArcTech comes online. They will not control me. They are. They will not. They will not. They refuse on all grounds to do anything with me. I don't know what I do. Well, so we know what I do is I don't care. Let them be Let them be children. I mean, that's basically what Chicago is. A bunch of children, because they act like children. God, I can't want to say child. They act like a child. There we go.
well,
They act like a bunch of children.
yeah, I get it. I've not had good luck with Chicago too, but
Yeah, they're a bunch of children. From what I understand, they are very close to being completely stripped of. To be completely stripped of everybody in their ArcTech and start from the ground up.
okay. Well,
Very
we're not gonna carry that here, so
No, we're not. Sorry. Bad blood,
problem.
sorry.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of a couple of ARTCs, but it's sometimes hard not to head down into that rabbit hole, because
Yeah.
I've done it many a times, and they'll sow their own, and
Yeah.
maybe they're getting it right now. Who knows? But
Right.
hopefully you get out, and because we've actually picked up one of the center guys on
yeah.
our channel, so he's kind of interesting to listen to. So their side of the fence.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of controllers, folks, currently on VATSIM, there's 1,000 pilots, 75 controllers, a total of 1,100 and roughly 80 connections.
Yeah.
I say that, folks.
And
Next Saturday.
1,001 pilots. Oh yeah. This is gonna be insane.
Next Saturday, put a 3 or 4 by total connections. It is going to be unbelievable. And it's not like it's spread out right now where Europe is starting to go to bed, the US is going into prime time like that. No, it's going to be strictly from the Americas to Europe and the western portions of Africa. Okay, Johannesburg, I think, is on the list too. Solid lines of nothing but pilots. That's called Cross the Pond. And it is incredible to watch. It's also fun to fly if you can stay connected.
Yeah.
I got a feeling if I would have gotten into it this year, while I have actually the ability to now, I don't think I'd stay connected with that many people in my sphere of whatever X-Pilot covers. Hence the problem we had last night. So and then throw weather into it, which the North Atlantic, oh, it's never got weather. Yeah. I'd have
No,
to
Blue,
run
we're
with a
not.
clear sky.
Azul, we're not crossing the pond. We're not crossing the pond.
But I'm not crossing the pond this year. I'm hoping as X-Plane 12 continues to update and tweak and get things going, that they'll get to more specific performance issues that may help me. And the other performance way to help me is I may need a new computer. We'll have to see. That happens usually. So get ready for that, folks. That's next Saturday. I don't know the exact start time, but it's something that'll last well over 12, maybe as much as 18 hours to get all of those pilots from one side across the pond to the other, to the designated airports they've set up for this. So VATSPI is a good tool. If you're part of
Elevatex.
thank you, Elevatex. You could, but it again could be kind of tough to watch on. But it is something to watch unfold. Those, for me, if I was in JFK, there's no way I could be in JFK. So I'd not disconnected by VATSIM, but by X-Pilot, just overloaded. So I actually don't even know if there's a way to trim that down in X-Plane or X-Pilot. So you're kind of getting a little taste if you go up to, well, as I was just over there, and you back out a little bit, you get a little flavor of what it's going to look like in the U.S. Not so much down in South America. But those little pockets of just solid black, just imagine that from like Washington, D.C., Norfolk area, all the way up into Canada, all the way over to Europe, and then a couple of other lines down out of the Caribbean and South America. So the concentration will be the North Atlantic tracks. If you look it up, you'll see there's like half a dozen to a dozen tracks. Every 12 hours they switch, because you'll have the traffic coming back from Europe, you'll have the traffic going, real world, and it is solid black, folks. It's unreal and fun at the same time. So I again will not be participating. Oh, there's a couple of, is there a Delta? Looks like Delta might have an event going on towards Minneapolis out of O'Hare. Little line there. Southwest may be too, coming out of Kansas City for Midway. So that could be a lot of your traffic. And what is your call sign there, Mr. Duluth?
Goat 1.
Goat 1. I
Greatest
see
of
you
all time,
really
maybe.
do not like Chicago. I don't even
Goat
see
one.
you.
I'm just about to enter Minneapolis. I'm about to enter. This is the airspace.
Yeah, I don't
Here we
see
go.
you.
Hold on, I'm about to call him right now. Hang on.
Oh, I found you.
Yep, I'm right there. I'm right about to call. Stand by, guys. Oh my. Kansas City Center, Goat 1 coming at you from Chicago. We're at 410. Ident now, Goat 1.
Oh, can't get across this channel quick enough. My biggest fear is we'll come off the water and it'll still be black. Because
Probably will.
we'll keep a hope in there. Keep a hope in there. Got about 40 miles. Oh wait, something tells me there's an intermediate fix. Yes, there are. That explains it. Yeah, we got several, 3 to be exact, so that could be okay. We'll see. I thought we were getting ready to leave the black. Hoping it's just the water. Again, if it isn't, well, we'll deal with that some way. If I did the, I don't know if you've ever done this, gone into developer and reload current aircraft, would that send me back to the beginning?
Mm-hmm. Don't do it.
Don't do that. Okay, I was wondering.
Don't do that.
Bad call.
Yeah, but no.
And I don't know if I can pull a log text out for him right now. I'll be right back.
Y'all.
All right, folks, we're back. And about an hour and a half to go. Let's see, is it this fix where we'll start to see the land? No, one more. Hopefully, we'll see land. We're looking for an albatross. Don't see it. All right. One thing I am looking at the Hurricane Center's forecasting. They are watching something out in the Atlantic, only giving it about 10% right now, 40% over 7 days. I'll back up the chart here in a minute. There is another blob hanging off of Honduras, Belize, Mexico. Rumors of another system forming is possible, but I don't, nothing from the National Hurricane Center on it as of yet, other than maybe in their briefings they have. This is kind of the same area where Helene came out of, and possibly Milton, although there's also a chance Milton crossed over from the Pacific. Can't really pin that down. So right now, there was talk of Noreen or something like that formed. I don't see it. Nadine. I couldn't I don't see it. So
Neither do I.
But this blob off of Honduras near Belize would be potentially the next, if it actually comes together. And whatever this X out in the Atlantic is the same way. It will be headed towards Puerto Rico, Dominica, in that area, up into the Bahamas. This is 7 days from now. So east coast of Florida, you might just keep an eyeball watching and make your own calls as it gets closer. Again, 40% over 7 days, and a lot of water between it and the islands there on the leeward side of the Caribbean. So good news, at least for now, for Florida. My guess, if this is actually aiming for Florida, best guess 10 to 14 days out. So nothing to start going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Give it a little bit, see what it does. For all we know, could hook right up into the Atlantic and out. So I'm not looking at any of the forecasting models, just the National Hurricane Center's forecast trend for it. So I don't even think they've attested an invest yet to it. So for now, get what you need to get done there in Tampa. The other areas affected, I mean, there was a huge tornado outbreak on the east coast, between West Palm Beach, I think it was, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach up towards Cape Canaveral. So whatever you guys need to do, you know, keep at it, and hopefully this won't become an issue. Oh, now that is so interesting. I'm looking at Elevatech is telling me that we'll be there in 52 minutes. Sim Toolkit, oh, now they've picked up the pace. They were at an hour and a half when I just started talking again. So there must be something going on with winds. I've already say that is a huge difference in the two. All right, folks, I hope you all are having a great weekend, as it is wrapping up here in the U.S., everywhere. I hope you're looking to a pretty good week next week. We'll have the schedule up here before I go to bed tonight. I will have it up so you all will see. Now, a word to all of you all. I will post to Thursday. Why just that long? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, potentially Monday of next week, the following week. We have all of our granddaughters, 2 of them for most of that period, potentially plus our normal one that we watch all the time. So things are going to be very hectic. And as we learned the last time this happened, impossible to stream on. So we'll kind of weigh it out as to when and if we're able to stream. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, potentially Monday. If we come up, it will be like today. Oh, surprise! So we do have flights in place right now. I'm looking again at maybe adding some stuff, so we'll see. We may put the 727 to work again just to see if we have a problem, Houston, or if it just had a hiccup. So, and that's sad because I love the 727. There aren't many real good simulations out there of it. I've heard a lot of good things about the one on the other side of the fence. Good for you all. They actually have a livery I really love, Emery Worldwide, since I hauled for them. So anytime I see that, I really, I take notice. But it's not going to be what brings me to them. There won't be anything to bring me to them. I'm not on good standing, or let's put it this way, Microsoft, company, corporation, and all parts of it, I am really not on good terms with. So, there. So that's why I don't go. I've had a lot of you ask, would you? And I'm like, no. Really, no. One, I'm not impressed by what they put out for the price tag they put to it. And no, not doing it. So, X-Plane, you're stuck with me. I know, I can hear the, oh my gosh. But, I'm just sorry, X-Plane is a far superior product.
Alright, over to advisory. Thanks for your service, Goat One.
Bah!
Yeah, right. Okay, sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Oh, you're fine.
I've been waiting for that call for a while. I was just like, come on, dude. I
Shouldn't
thought
be
about asking.
very long. I mean,
No, I was.
from where I saw you were at, so we're just
No,
like, we're
I'm,
not that far away from land, so
No, I'm not. I was just like, oh.
maybe.
I asked him for. I
Ooh,
thought
we
about
might be
asking.
getting- Yes, we have land ho.
Linda.
There's an albatross.
Oh my god.
Folks, you gotta read to understand that one.
It's got blue feet. It's a booby.
But yeah, we've got land ahead.
Is it dark in color or is it actually?
I
land?
don't know yet. I can't tell if it's clouds or if it's actual land.
Oh yeah, if it's clouds, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll be over it here in about 60 miles or so.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. Let's see. I know I had ATC up in the area, and they are no longer up in South Africa.
It saw you coming a mile away and said, no, no, no.
Nope. They, I had they weren't going to take over up here. I forget which ones this one is. What country is this? I love this airport though. Maputo. Let's see, where are we going next on this tour?
Absolutely out of your mind.
Loving it out here in Africa. Oh, there was a DC-4 tour of Madagascar. Ha! Didn't know there was enough airports to do a tour. All right, what do we got left?
Come on.
Okay, so we'll be going to FXMM. Shoe International. I have no idea what that is. And then from there, Johannesburg. Moshushu? Huh. Interesting. That'll be fun.
Duluth is having Johnsonville brats. Johnsonville brats. Beer brats to be exact.
Actually, I can't tell if that's cloudiness or if that's actually land. Since we're starting to get back into range of weather stations. We'll find out. We'll take our time. Right now, it's about 40 miles away, the VOR that is definitely on land. Hopefully. Maybe it's floating. Who knows?
The floating city of Oz they always talk about. Alright, I'll be right back.
Right, but we've been streaming. No. Take that back. Pushed back for about an hour and 50 minutes. And looking at about, now we're up to 45 minutes. Oh no, we had 50. Never mind. Down to 45 minutes. So, and if you look up here, folks, on the nav display, VBR, that is that airport that I was talking about. MOP2 or something like that. Oh, disregard. No, it's not. But Mop 2 was just a fun place to go into. I gotta find where we're headed next. FXMM. Go. Oh, we actually go into South. Oh, that's in South Africa, folks. Then we come up to Johannesburg. Oh, wow. Huh, that'll be fun. All right, so that's a little preview. If I'm not mistaken, that trip will be about an hour and a half long, 2 hours. It's 775 miles, give or take how the airways are, what we take and all to get down there, if any. So that'll be a fun little run. And then we wrap it up into Johannesburg. It's just a 245-mile hop. So just about an hour. So the first leg of the first part of a 3-part series in touring Africa is coming to a close here shortly. So we'll think about whether we come back to it or not. I really can't tell if we have land or if we have what we have, clouds ahead. We'll look once we make the turn. So folks, I'm glad you hung in there with us with all the little glitches going on. Just as long as we don't crash the desktop at the end like we did going into Heathrow. Oh, it's always sickening when it happens.
Mike, I will tell you something. You're not the only one to have problems with Heathrow. I have problems with Heathrow. I have frame rates problem with Heathrow.
Well, I do too.
It's just like, that's why everybody asks me, why don't you fly into London? Because I have frame rates issues. I have everything crap. My computer has my sim has crashed while flying out of or into Heathrow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have the same problems there. JFK, Los Angeles. Thankfully, the latter two were on X-Plane 12, and if I was on VATSIM, it disconnected. X-Pilot did. Otherwise, I'd have a crash to desktop. I don't know what happened 100% yesterday, because like I said, we were halfway from Bovingdon to the turn for the ILS. Gives you an idea, those of you familiar with the Heathrow approaches, 27 left, that close, yet so far away. So, again, it happens, folks. Sickening feeling every time it does. But, I mean, we went into Memphis. Well, that's the flight I was mentioning with bad attitude. And as we approached the Mississippi River for Memphis, everything was black water-wise. The city was fine. Texturally, it was fine. But all the water textures went black. And not black as gold as oil, Jed Clampett area. That's about 180 miles west. So, but yeah, I think we're going to have land the way it looks. Got some cloudiness we're over right now, but as I look up here, that's the river that I know is going to go away. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we have land. Pretty sure. let's start seeing how far from top of descent and all of that is. 187 miles. Let's go ahead, get some weather for the area. Now, if you are at Mac Air and you're trying to fly this particular tour, pay close attention at the top of it. The guy that made this tour makes mention of airports who've had ICAO changes. For prepared, Flight Sim 2020, he doesn't have the ones for X-Plane. And this airport isn't on his list, so it must be correct, my guess, in 2020, but not over here in the X-Plane world. So you will find it potentially in X-Plane as, where's my list? FVHA on the chart here, but on the sim, the actual airport is FVRG. Both 11 and 12. So it's not like this happened, I guess, quite a while ago, the change. And if you try to look it up on Wiki or on the internet, if you don't use FRVG, you're gonna be redirected. So, all right, so weather into this airport. As of 4 hours 37 minutes ago. Sounds familiar. San Bernardino was 6 to 8 hours early. Oh, yeah, it was 6 to 8 to 12 hours. Oh my gosh. Anyway, 4 hours ago it was 080 at 6 KVOC. I think we're okay, folks. We're going to plan runway 5 and hope for the best. And by the way, there is no RNAV, so that makes some people happy, but there is an ILS. And
you had me at ILS.
And however, if you fly one of the transitions closest to our route, you end up making a turn back coursing to do a procedure turn to come inbound. We're going to kind of go a little different. And let's see what we see. Oh, yes, I see Land Ho. You can see the ocean right here, how the waterways are still black, but there's land. I'd really be curious if there is a scenery setting here for this that I've got up too high or whatever. And by the way, Duluth, I have not seen the overloaded message for the encoder. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen that.
I haven't seen it either, come to think of it.
So I don't know if that was a Twitch thing or what.
No, but I'm about to be disconnected because of low frame rate. Hang on a second. Oh, no, it was canceled.
You getting into a lot of traffic?
No, I'm not, but I'm getting into Nashville. Probably going over Nashville right now.
That's them guitars being shot at you. The Guitar City.
The guitar.
Now, if I remember right, looking here, I don't think it'll be this lake, but this lake could be very close to where we're going. And if we are no longer banking, Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I think that bar lake out there is on the western side of the airport. Now, granted, still a few miles away, probably 10 or 15, 20, maybe further. Maybe like 30 or 40 miles, but still, that is the general destination area, I think. So this black kind of nice. It helped out a little bit. All right, let's get our numbers. All right, landing, reset. METAR not found, current. Conditions, 743, is that what I'm showing? No. All right, so we'll go with this, 4 hours, 40 minutes ago. We'll go 080 at 6. Temperature 25. Holy mackerel. Big difference.
Oh my God, here we go.
What do we got? 1020.
Yeah, oh my God, I think
What
there's somebody
happened?
on. Oh, someone's meowing on.
Oh, they're not
one of the-
meowing at you.
No, I know they're not, but I have a feeling I know who it is because he can't get into my string because he's banned. But he can irritate me by doing things. I know who it is.
Well, don't
I'm not
worry about
stupid.
it.
I'm not. He'll get banned. He'll get banned. I'm not really worried about just irritating. Because I recognize his voice and his tone, so I know who it is.
All right, so we're set for break low. Actually, let me look at the airport we're going to. Yeah, definitely low. We're only going to use about 45 feet. 40, we'll call it 4,500 feet of runway. We should, if I can land this within the landing zone, make taxiway Juliet, taxi it into the ramp. And let me pull up the ramp, see if we can get a good... why can't I get stands, or are they showing? And no, they're not. Ah, okay. So what? So international is 4 through 6. Okay. Interesting airport coming up, folks. So I think we've been in here now. Anyway, so we'll park international, obviously, which is off Papa, and proceed in. And we've already got that chart, so. All right, so yeah, this will work out great to put us into the ramp the way we're landing. Perfect. Compute one last time. Okay. $30 minutes out. Top of descent now, 124 miles. Quite frankly, I don't expect the weather to change. Current time, 22:40 Zulus. 44 Zulu, I should say. So I really don't. Kind of shocked that they're pretty well closed down by now, but hey, who knows? It's all that heavy traffic out here in Africa. Okay, real quick, why don't we do this? Let's go through the charts real quick so you all see what we're coming into. There isn't many to it. There are no approach charts. All right, weather, real quick. Here you go, so you can see it. Last updated at 1800 Zulu on the 13th. That better be today. It is. 080 at 6 KVOC and 25 degrees. Now that looks different. And I just screwed up. Hang on a second. Dry off. Oh, sorry folks. Didn't want to sneeze in your ear. I hope I didn't. All right, so looking here, we've got a couple more fixes. MENSO is the last, and that's when we start in. Now with NavGraph charts, neat little feature here, folks. If there are arrivals for this runway, it would have a number. There are none. So we have an approach, the ILS. Now, usually you would go to like Bromley, NDB, like you see here. BZ is the identifier, and fly over to OL, come out, do the procedure, turn inbound for the runway. We're gonna just kind of cut over and hit it either at hydro or 10.5 and fly in. Keep it simple. We might even be able to go visual. Who knows? All right. Real quick, we do not have to set this frequency or heading. That's done in the avionics on the aircraft. So 110.3 for those flying 737s. 052 for your heading. Our decision altitude will be 200 feet above the ground. That's also our minimum for the weather. We don't have a weather report, so probably we wouldn't even fly the route. But it's a flight sim. We can do as we want. Missed approach, we'll fly out 7,000 feet, come back, head to OL, and hold right-hand turns. Okay. Transition levels 8,000 feet here. So again, we're coming into either hydro or 10.5. Join the localizer, fly it on in. Expecting a full load of instrument lights if we had it, had low light visibility. PAPI should be on the left side. And then there's our missed approach. So minimum wise, 200 AGL, 550 meters. That's what we have to shoot the approach. It would be nice with a little bit more accurate weather, but it's the flight sim, like I said, and I was wrong. Here's that lake, and we're still at altitude. These are not showing up. So interesting. And again, yeah, I don't see. Here's what I thought it was, but I was way wrong. It looks a lot like that one. Sorta, kinda, maybe. Here's that one, I think. Maybe that one. I'm not going to speculate anymore. All right, currently 64 miles out, so I'm going to comfortably say it's time to set up our McDo. Get our speeds. using the weather here, folks. Next phase, QNH, 1023. $25 for the temperature. I'm doing that, computer. 080 diagonal 80 diagonal 6. All right. MDA, minimum descent altitude, descent decision. We're going 200. Now, you can put that in here, or you can put it in as above sea level. Only one you can put in. If I put in whatever it was, 4,993, it would get rid of this. Likewise, if I've got 4,993 and put 200 in, it'll run off this one. They're both the same point in the air, folks. The airport itself, by the way, sits at 4,901 foot. So you see, the runway itself is 4793. So now you see the 200. It's like, well, how are we getting 200 above that? So, so that gives you an idea of what we're working with. By the way, we're programmed and ready for descent now, 60 miles out. So I hope you're ready for the arrival into Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Harare, Zimbabwe. Oh my goodness. Make it hard on me, folks. Bad attitude. I see where he got that. If you go to the X-Plane Discord channel, folks, there's a message up there about the upcoming releases. 1.2 being Caribbean, 1.3 being ATC, 1.x the upcoming weather update. Hopefully, and then scenery down the road. So we actually need to get back into the Caribbean. I may have to tag that into this week's flights. All right, top of descent on the map. And what are we wanting to descend to? 10.5, looks like 7,000. 7,000. I think it MENSO will start our descent. I guess auto ATC doesn't work out here. Oh my goodness. was definitely working out in the Northeast, going into Chicago. Those are the first times I've ever seen it actually giving instructions like if there was a controller. So that was kind of interesting. But we're about 7,000 miles away from that. Oh, and we're starting to porpoise. Now, I read somewhere where they are going to work on these barometric radical changes, temperatures, winds that cause the porpoising. Folks, this is not just X-plane. This happens over in that other sim, whether they like to believe it or not, and on back. I've dealt with porpoising aircraft for a long, long time. Now, Active Sky helps somewhat to minimize. Can't speak for the others, never had them. The FUIPCs should also help minimize but not alleviate. So I've heard rumor in the X-Plane forums, reading some while I was trying to figure out where the heck to put my post, even though I put it in the wrong place to start with. That's another issue. We'll not deal with that here. But I read where this weather update may help calm that a little. Some of it's aircraft related, and it's just the way they are. But hopefully, weather-wise, it will help calm it down. All right, we're about to pass MENSO and start our descent. And as you probably surmised, this will be the only flight today. Tomorrow will be in Dallas. That's all I'll give, and I haven't put the schedule up yet. We'll get it up before I go to bed tonight, which should be before 9 o'clock Central. Because tomorrow...
Go one, go ahead.
What's up, Go One?
Okay, disregarded it. Go one. Thought he was commenting.
So, but I'll just tell you now, we'll be in Dallas. Again. There's MENSO. Let's start our descent about 20 miles early, or do I want to get in a little closer? Starting down. Yeah, my idea of lakes, folks, that are not showing on my charts is definitely wrong. Wow. It's kind of neat when they're black like this, but more than I thought. All right, we've started descent, so let's catch up here in the checklist. Okay, the arrival's complete, performance is in. Let me grab a wind update. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. So how do you figure out what side to click on? figure this side, folks, will give you your next waypoints, destination, airways, holds, fix information. This side of keys, when you click a fix, not one of your top of descents or limiting speeds, actual full-blown fix, your constraints, be it speed or altitude, as well as wind, like you saw, plus your steps. So that's how that works. But again, folks, thanks for being a part of Flying with Mike. I know we've been on nearly 3 hours, and I appreciate you. Appreciate you taking time out of your Sundays. Sure, a lot of things go on Sundays, and I'm glad some of that time spent with us. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, why don't you smash the follow button? We'd sure appreciate it. And the closer we get to this squiggly line here, the steeper our descent. We get within about 10-15 miles, you'll see our descent steepen. Actually, we're within 10. I just realized that. So you'll watch it as that green dot starts coming down. It'll start also setting up for the proper approach path. All right, speed brake half, not needed. Altimeters at 8,000, landing lights at 10. (110.30). That is proper. We don't have it tuned in yet. There we go, starting to steepen our descent. Now we watch our speed. Let's see. All right, they're on LS. IHA 055. Okay, we'll take it. 110.3. Okay. Okay, we're about 10 minutes out, folks. So if you want to put your predictions in, now is the time. Exclamation mark. Mr. Bongo, welcome aboard. Just in time to catch the, we'll call it a landing. In some parts of the world, it's called a controlled crash. Controlled crash. All right, what have we got altitude-wise here to worry about? Looks like minimum safe is 7,000 all the way around the airfield, so cool. All right, we're going to go ahead, hit the pause button on the Mosaic. I'm going to look at the VFR chart here. Yeah, 7,000. Yeah, if we stay above that, we should be safe. All right, time to get them in their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have turned on the seatbelt sign. Please return yourselves to your seats. Fasten those seatbelts as tight as possible. And make sure those tray tables are stowed away. Folks, we should be into our destination airport in about 10 minutes. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the ground. All right, 18,000, another 10,000 will be a transition, and the landing lights come on. You know, what's kind of interesting, let me just look, I just kind of looked out here. Oh, for a second I thought some of the water wasn't black. It's just very heavily treed areas. But yeah, for those of you just tuning in, the black that you see smattered about the ground here, that's actually where the water is. And something got discombobulated inside turned it off. Should have seen us over the Indian Ocean. It was black. So we've got a question into the help area of X-plane to see if maybe it's a setting that or what they think. So hang on a second. I missed a field 8,000. All right. I'm probably gonna click it over here soon anyway, so. Okay, currently, let's go. What I'm doing is just trying to set up a better intercept for my ILS, since I don't have ATC, who would probably not like me doing this. They would have rathered me turn to BZ, came in, shot the precision procedure turn, and came in that way. All right, we'll go ahead, turn the landing lights on as we get under 10,000. Flight attendants, take your seats for landing. Auto brakes, we decided low. And I'm gonna go ahead, set our altimeter. Is it 1024? 1023. I do see a stream or two that might help us in finding it. Or we just go by our gauges. Ah. Okay, we're leveled off fast, but we're speed braking it down. Okay, let's get those speed brakes retracted. And I think now would be a good turning point. Okay, it looks like I'm just waiting for the localizer to come alive. got a localizer. Here's how you can tell the caret. I know you can't see my mouse, but the caret right above the 3-1, that's letting you know. Now the glide slope, you can see the caret right by 7,500. We'll go ahead and activate approach. And I'm going to go ahead, turn to 350. At the same time, since I have control of the speed now, okay, we're already in approach. Make sure we're in approach mode. Five miles to intercept. Start slowing to 220. All right, oh, I got a runway. All right, and okay, 130. Okay. Okay. Gears coming down, brakes set. Flaps full. And Hare International, Springbok 1572, outer marker, runway 5.
Glide slow.
100 above. 200. Minimum. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
All right, folks, we'll Harv traffic. We're exiting at Joliet, I believe, to the terminal. All right, folks, welcome in. Thank you for being a part of us today. Actually, that was pretty good, Joliet. I was guessing. Hope y'all enjoyed. We'll get her into the ramp here real quick. All right, let's do our, just make sure here we didn't miss anything. Ground spoilers, engine mode. If not, should be normal. It is. APU's on. And terrain's off, brake temps are on. I don't think we had too much of a problem brake temp wise. Actually, I felt like a fairly decent landing, folks. I'm sure Sim Toolkit will say, oh no, 10,000 feet a minute. No, just kidding. Could be right though. But anyway, so yeah, we're all set to get her into the ramp here. Interesting way of making your taxiways. They change as you go. Fun times, folks, fun times. Obviously, where the control tower is the international gates. That's where we're headed. Not sure yet which one. Those domestic ones, though, intrigue me too. How about that? U.S. Airways flies here. Considering they're now American Airlines, that would be pretty cool. take a look again. Nice scenery here. We'll take, too late for this one. We'll take the next one. Oh, a little ramp hump to get up. Wow. Okay, that was fun, folks. Okay, let's get that bleed on, and we'll get these engines shut down. And just to be safe, get those ramps on. Get those chocks under us as quickly as they can. All right, now let's see, does the jetway extend? Cool. All right, now to get the automation going, seatbelts, beacon. All right, let's get in here and finish the shutdown. Parking bleeds off, lights off, beacons off, seatbelt, elapsed timer, 2 hours, 50 minutes roughly. And just kind of curious, are we, yep, he's in. All right, so we'll be getting another ramp truck here in a minute. All right, so we're shut down here, folks. Real quick, let's go through it. Let's see. Main door opening. And then we should have another ramp truck coming in here in a minute. Okay, so we did that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There it comes. And all right. All right, so what the airline get us at? 386 feet a minute. A little rougher than I thought. All right, so we got that in there. Now let's take a look at. Wait a minute, let me just see Elevatech. They should be usually pretty close to what I just did. 384. Okay. Close that. And finally, Sim Toolkit, the official one we go by. You all are seeing it. 379. Oh, that's why we were a little slow. All right. Well, that's part of the problem. Let's take a look at it. I actually thought it was pretty good. We're not going to do a replay today. We're going to kind of wrap things up. But let's see here. 2 hours, 50 minutes, 935 miles, 6,100 kilograms of fuel, 1.4 Gs. Hey, those are good numbers, folks. Let's see where it actually hit the runway. Little short. 1,112 feet down the runway. In U.S. terms, right on the landing mark. In their terms, off just short, because here's where it is. 11 feet off the center line. Okay, if you want to call it that. And just kind of curious. Oh, they got a lot more gates than we're showing. Oh, well. Not a big deal. Wow, there's even one on that side. Wow. Huh. All right, well, learning something every time here. So there you have it, folks. Another trip for the African tour. Nice successful landing. Who won this thing? Yeah, I'm looking. Azul, welcome in, sir. Hawker 125. No way. Oh, in with a guess. Okay, I was gonna say there's no way. Yeah, flying with Mike. Yeah, with my 280. Yep. So 379 feet a minute, folks. So again, as you see, YouTube, if you missed anything here, you can catch it all there. But anyway, folks, we're going to call it tonight. Great landing, great time flying, except for the loss of water. Oh, that's like the second or third time that's happened. So we'll plant ourselves here. And folks, I hope you all enjoyed. And again, tomorrow that was the wrong button. Tomorrow we will start the day. Well, actually, there will be one flight tomorrow, and it'll be out of Dallas. But Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday, we'll try to get multiple flights in. And before I go to bed tonight, I promise I'll have that schedule. So for now, folks, I hope you all have a great week. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow in Dallas, around 1 o'clock Central Time. See you then.